Hello everyone, this is Akshay. I look after client relationships at Secure Layer 7. On behalf of Secure Layer 7, I welcome you all to this webinar. The topic which we have chosen today is mobile apps phishing and malware attacks on remote workers. With most employees working from home, facts and figures show that cyber attacks on remote workers have increased substantially in these times of COVID. So, with this webinar, what we intend to do is give you insights on the phishing and malware attacks and also the measures for preventing such attacks. I would now very briefly introduce Secure Layer 7 and then shift our focus to the main topic. Secure Layer 7 is one of the fastest growing cybersecurity service providers based out of India. We have customers across industries and geographies, especially from the Middle East, India, and the US region. So, may it be any digital asset like mobile application, web application, cloud infrastructure, network, IoT, and so on. We offer advanced penetration testing for the enterprises to improve the security risk posture of their digital assets. If you'd like to know more information about our offerings, you can send us an email on info@securelayer7.net. So now, without taking much time, I would request our speaker Tohid Sheikh, who is a security researcher at Secure Layer 7, to take this webinar ahead and share insights on phishing and malware attacks and how enterprises can take steps and measures to prevent such kind of attacks happening and prevent data breaches due to these attacks. Over to you, Tohid.
Thank you, Akshay, for introducing myself. Uh, and good evening, everybody. Okay, I'm Tawhid Sheikh. I'm a security researcher and Secure Layer 7. I have loved to do code in Python and many other languages like assembly and all. Now, I'm not taking too much time to introduce myself because we already have a limited time period. So I'm not taking too much time here, and I'm going further to our main topic. So what's our agenda today? We are going to and understand what is the phishing and spoofing attack is. After that, I'm giving you a small introduction about mobile malware and some types of attackers target your mobile. So let's move to our introduction part. As we all know, in this COVID-19 pandemic, we all are working from home. Every single employee in IT sector in and all other sectors are working from home as much as they possible. So due to they are working to home, many of threats here comes into the pictures because we are working from home with other Wi-Fi. Everybody is connected in other Wi-Fi, and everybody is connected only via email and Teams chat and other social media chats using in organizations team chats and other stuff. So due to this, there is a no human interaction involved in this just because of this COVID-19 pandemic. So due to this, many attacker it's nowadays it's very active to trap those workers, those employees into our trouble, into our getting our data from their computer and their mobile phone. Okay, so how the attacker is attacking those employee, how they can actually attack. There's a many kind of technique to attack such person because we all know in the organization not everybody is so technical and not everybody is technical. Okay, so some of our employees are non-technical as well, like we can say like accounts department, we can say HR department. It's there's a chances they are technical, but there's a more chances they are not technical. So due to the lack of technicality in those employees, might they might be trapped into the some kind of attack, and they might be trapped by some hackers or some criminals, cyber security criminals. So many of cyber criminal using phishing attack. So what's the phishing attack? Okay, so phishing attack is nothing but cyber criminal create a website or create some kind of email which is look trustworthy enough to believe this email or this website it belongs to our organization, or fit fill up credentials and information about their company. And due to this trust, attacker gain data from those employees, from employees to employees. Attacker it's targeted your non-technical employee first, but this is not about non-technical. Many of technical persons might be trapped into those kind of attack, just because of we can see like mobile view of any website or mobile view of your email, it's different on your desktop view. In mobile view you can view only minimum information about your content. Just because of you have a minimum information, sometimes it might be to get into the trap and download those malicious document and feed up the login form and all. Mainly in phishing, attackers target authentication information, bank details, and social accounts credentials. Okay, so let's understand this in the diagrammatical form. So, attackers send a email to a victim. Victim see those messages, open those messages, and they trust like this email is belongs to our company. So he or she enter his credential or enters whatever emails required, whatever emails demand. It might be your bank details, it might be your customer detail, it might be a credential. He enter those things in the attacker's control phishing page or phishing website once diagrammatical form. So let's talk about something spoofing. This is also a technique to trap a victim. Okay, so what's the phishing attack? Sorry, spoofing attack. But before that, let's understand the statics. Why we are talking phishing? This is a very old attack, but still we are talking about this just because of its stats. So we can see like 87% of phishing on mobile device use this phishing method. It's included spear phishing. It's included have HTTPS protocol. In earlier days, we like identify those phishing page using the HTTP protocol or HTTPS protocol. But nowadays, they attacker it's more advanced. They use HTTPS protocol to believe its victim. This is the authentic. This is the genuine website. And one of many very much important thing here, 94% of malware is delivered via email, which include a phishing and spoofing as well, and different kind of like techniques. But 94% of malware is delivered via email. So let's move to a spoofing attack. So what is a spoofing attack? Spoofing attack is strict to data communication from unknown source has been from known source. Here I can give you an example. Let's see a like diagram of spoofing. So here attacker spoofed a caller ID of CEO, and he calls to a director of finance. Or might be attacker can spoof a caller ID of director of finance and commands to CEO to do such activity, malicious activity. He can also send a Spoofing can also done in the email, SMS, and call. He can call also via spoof number. So this is spoofing. Malicious email read by a country. We Here we have some stats. I already mentioned where I got from those stats. So Saudi Arabia is the largest country who receive many malicious email. After that, Israel, Austria, South Africa, and Serbia, so on. So let's move to a mobile malware. Let's talk about, because we already know like Saudi Arabia is the top country which receive a malicious email. So there's a mobile malware. Okay, so what is a mobile malware? Mobile malware is nothing but an application or software specifically or specially designed or crafted to a mobile device, such as your Android phone, your iOS phone, your smartphone, tablets, etc., which a clear goal to gaining your private data, which includes your credential, which includes your history, email, photos, your videos, and so on. So let's understand India, and India is a very favorite country of attacker to deliver such kind of email, like malicious email, malware related emails. You can see clearly here top 10 countries by share of user attacked by mobile malware is Iran. The most toppest country is Iran. After that, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Algeria, India. You can say like most top 5 countries, Asian country, right? So being a Asian, let's careful more. Here are some example of mobile malware programs. This is the verdict. This is a like activity name. You can see here top 20 activity name. This is the technical part. So I'm going to cover like some application as well. So you'll get a better idea in further slides. Before that, let's understand types of mobile malware. There's a many types of mobile malware. I have only introduced 4 types here because of time. We have a limited time. We have a limited time period to deliver all this stuff. So the most important is rat, bank trojans, ransoms, advertising, clicking frauds. Rat is a clear intention to get to infect your phone and give all access to the attacker, including your camera, your screen, your data, etc., etc. Bank Trojan, it's basically targets your financial information, including money transfer, bill payments, your credit card number, which is saved in the your phone, etc. Ransomware. This is a very famous. You can see like in past few years there are WannaCry attack. There is a many ransomware attack on the many organizations. So WannaCry is one of the PC ransomware, but here is some mobile ransomware also, which I'm going to cover in the next slide. And on advertising clicking frauds. This is very common to see actually. Whenever we install some malicious application, you'll start getting a advertisement in your like notification bar, in your lock screen, and everywhere in your phone. This is a advertising click fraud. Okay, so let's understand the ransomware types of some example of ransomware. So there's a Anubis script ransomware. This is the first like show up in the 2019 when e-security researchers spotted the virus on Google Play Store. So what this virus is, this virus encrypt all your information, like including pictures, videos, all your SD card information as well as your device information, and into a Anubis script encryption like type. There's a, you can see this image have Anubis script extension, Anubis script. So this ransomware encrypt all your information into a Anubis script and demand you to pay some amount. They have like maybe some bitcoins. You have to pay those bitcoins to a attacker with a given bitcoin address. Once you like pay, there might be chance the attacker give you access key, or there might be chance it's not. So ransomware is like all this. There's a mood on attacker. He might be send you a email with a encryption key or not. And leaker locker ransomware, this is a very interesting ransomware. This ransom, it's not encrypt your data. Instead, he's asking you for a ransom. Otherwise, they leak your information on the public. Your entire media leaked on your public. So many of our user like capture very memories in the phone, or they have a very videos, they have a like company's data. So this kind of ransomware leak all this information on the public platform. So this is cause a very huge impact on your organization. If you have saved some kind of your document, your client documents, or your client authentication key in your phone, there might be chances if legal locker ransomware leak your data into a public, your organization have a huge loss type of ransomware which encrypts your file and all. So let's move to a different kind of malware. This is a advertising click fraud. So I have a source already here. I mentioned a source where I got from this because I don't want any trouble from UC battery or solo launcher. Okay, so this type of actually application, once you install this application, they popped up every single corner with some advertisement link. You might click or not, but they always pop up some advertisement in your notification, in your application, different application, etc. So this is sometimes this is very irritating, but using this, those malware owner gaining a profit of your clicks. They using your clicks into money. So I have mentioned some of application here. You can uninstall this application. Okay, so different way to getting affected. How you affected, the very common question, how I'm getting affected and how I'm getting trapped into the hackers plan. So the most important is phishing attack, which includes email phishing, website phishing, and spear phishing. After that, your boss, like your boss number, and send your email to register this information, your information on this link, and you entered your information on those spoofed like phishing pages. So it might be chances to attacker get your information and use against your organization and all. And call spoofing, if your phone is rooted, then you have to be more careful, because rooted phone if get affected, hackers can install any other software as well which use to get pivot into your organization's network. Maybe like a suppose and your phone get infected with rat malware. So attacker have a chance to get your system access using your phone. He or she can like pivot your phone to reach your computer, to reach your organization's network. So this kind of This kind of activity actually done by a many organization, many employees got trapped. I have seen, I have saw many cases, many organization got trouble just because of this kind of activity. So farming understand we did not identify the phishing and spoofing attack, and just because of this we got into a trouble. Okay, so let's move to other slides. Like this is a kind of phishing attack. This kind of like phishing attack where attacker claim you have requested for termination of your corporate account. If you this link, might be attacker asks for your current password, your email address, your name, your date of birth, and so information, which attacker can use with your actual like genuine website, which attacker can use against your organization. So this is one example of like phishing email or spoofing email. How you can protect yourself from such kind of attack. So here some I have suggested some kind of like information to you guys. You can install application from a trusted place only, like Play Store, App Store. Keep your software up to date, up to mark. While installing any application, take a look for permission. What actually permission required by this application? Uh, I can share one of my experience where while I'm installing some like voice recording application, I have taken a look on the permission. He was actually requesting for for a camera permission. He requested for a calls permission. He requested for a full control over your phone, such kind of information, such kind of permission. So this is the example to you take care of this kind of application requested so many permission which does not belongs to this application. So don't install this kind of application in your phone. Surf internet safely. While surfing, don't click on any like I have previously show you some email. Don't click blindly on the emails. Before clicking, just think, just see the URL how this is working, if if it belongs to your organization or not. If not, then immediately ask your manager and ask your IT department to resolve this. Take a like do awareness program in your organization to aware your non-technical employees as well. Do not use mobile, like do not use mobile app using a public Wi-Fi, especially when you are using some bank or your organization's application. So I really recommend you do not use a public Wi-Fi, because in public Wi-Fi maybe attacker already planted a DNS farming. If you wanted to go your website, maybe attackers stealing your data while a MITM attack. So do not use such kind of application using a public Wi-Fi. Safeguard email accounts. Make sure like enable your two-factor authentication on your emails, and ask your IT department to like to implement a very spam filter or other malware filter in your app email server. Protect your financial data. Don't share your data financial data on any social media with your another employees, with your another co-workers. Always share your data with a trusted source, which is your organization provides you. So that's all for this PPT. That's all for this presentation. I hope you liked it. If you have any query, please ask. in comment box. Any question, guys?
Guys, if anyone of you has any questions, there's a comment box on the right side of the video which is playing. So there you can post your questions. We would be more than happy to answer. Okay, it seems we are not having any further questions on this. Thanks, Tohid, for that insightful session. And we would like to thank you again on behalf of Secure Layer 7 for attending this webinar and for showing up. We sincerely hope and